The fraud triangle. An important concept that organizations must be aware of in cybersecurity is the fraud triangle. Cybersecurity decision-makers need to understand why otherwise good individuals sometimes do bad things. Why do individuals commit crimes? Why do individuals commit a fraud? The fraud triangle is a model that we can use to help explain three key elements that are present in most frauds. These three elements of the fraud triangle are opportunity, rationalization, and need. The fraud triangle is used in the field of forensic accounting and fraud examination. It is a useful framework for understanding the motivations and circumstances that lead individuals to commit fraud. In cybersecurity, this is important because humans are a critical element. Individuals, such as our staff, and our customers, as well as cybercriminals, are potentially our biggest cybersecurity problem. People are much more difficult to control than technology. This is why we need some tools to help us understand how they affect cybersecurity. In looking to this model, keep in mind that fraud is something different than an accident. The main difference between a fraud and an accident or an incident is the criminal intent. Hence the importance of the concept of mens rea, Latin for criminal intent. If I make a mistake, that's not fraudulent, but if I purposely do a bad thing to cause damages or to unduly acquire money, there is criminal intent, potentially there is fraud. Obviously, if I'm trying to steal your money, there is a criminal intent. Of course, as there should always be a presumption of innocence, proving the intent beyond a reasonable doubt will always be a challenge. For fraud to happen, there needs to be a combination of three elements, which brings us to the fraud triangle. The first component of the fraud triangle is the opportunity. Opportunity refers to the presence of a situation in which a person has access to valuable information or resources and the ability to use that access for personal gain. This is about the opportunity to commit a crime, to commit a fraud, which may be caused by a lack of controls, a lack of surveillance, or inadequate security mechanisms. There is this opportunity to do something nefarious, and the eventual perpetrator is aware of this opportunity. The second component is need or pressure. Pressure refers to the existence of some form of pressure, such as financial difficulties or job dissatisfaction, that drives a person to commit fraud. It concerns what makes it tempting to take advantage of the opportunity. Perhaps I owe individuals money, have a debt, or really hate this company and want to get my revenge on them. Maybe I have addiction or other issues that push me towards a criminal behavior. The third and final component of the fraud triangle is rationalization. Rationalization refers to the justification that a person uses to convince themselves that their actions are acceptable. This may involve minimizing the harm caused by their actions or convincing themselves that they are entitled to what they are taking. It is the idea that somehow, in my mind, I can find it morally acceptable justification for my actions. This makes it okay for me to commit this act, to do this thing. Maybe it is because I'm a cybercriminal, a criminal that uses computers to commit crimes. Then it is okay because this is how I make a living, how I feed my family. Maybe I just hate a particular company and consider that they are bad individuals. For me, then it is okay to attack them or to steal from them. The presence of all three elements of the fraud triangle is believed to be necessary for fraud to occur. By reducing the opportunities for fraud, addressing the underlying pressures that drive fraud, and challenging the rationalizations that individuals use to justify their actions, organizations can reduce the risk of fraud. Perhaps I'm a former employee and I know how I can take advantage of their weaknesses or a lack of controls. And I know how to do it, and I think it's okay. I've got a good reason to do it because they really didn't treat me very well and they didn't pay me what I deserved. Then, to me, it is okay to steal from them. Maybe it's a family pressure, or I owe somebody money. To pay them back, they have me do something bad and I feel like I do not have a choice. There are many examples on different TV shows and movies where you can see this happening. As a manager making cybersecurity decisions, understanding how normal individuals can become cybercriminals may help you make better decisions when considering cybersecurity risks and how to best manage them.